You were last year? Yes. And
I have another comment
yes.
too, because the department head came in during our discussions on the budget committee and actually reduced it even more from what his initial proposal was.
Thank you. Yes.
Move the vote on the 88,000, please.
Okay, I have a motion to move on 88,000 and a second. Right here. That means I'm going to ask for a vote to end debate. I need 2/3. All those in favor of ending debate? Opposed? That motion carries. So, Article 9, Fire Department. The motion is for $88,000. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 10, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for fiscal year 2014 with specific category to Leaden Memorial Library. The initiated request is $123,373, Selectmen $123,373, and the Finance the same. May I have a motion?
Move the selectmen's recommendation.
I have a motion for the Selectmen's recommendation. Do I have a second?
Second.
Can I have a second? Questions, comments? Yes.
Cut change in this budget.
Pardon me?
What was this budget? With last year, and we're any cuts made to it?
From 129,725 down to 123,373.
Yes.
The word raise money, what is that?
Through taxation. Raise and appropriate. Yeah, you raise it through taxation and appropriate.
Appropriating, I thought appropriating was definitely taxation.
Well, let me get a more official answer.
Appropriate means to dedicate it to that purpose. You could actually already have money in the general fund that you would be appropriating that you already have, or like reserve fund usually. You can appropriate a reserve fund, you already have the money. So that's directing where the money will be spent. Raising is raising for taxes.
Thank you. Yes.
Question, how many employees, how many volunteers?
The question was how many employees and how many volunteers? You didn't hear that?
I'm trying to think. Bill, we have the librarian, and we have 3 or 4 part-timers. And I'm not sure how many volunteers. It's quite a few, I'll bet.
I'm not sure of the volunteers, but 3 or 4.
Yeah.
They, of course, volunteers, but it's volunteers, no pay.
Right.
So, I didn't get that number.
3 or 4?
One full-time employee, and there's probably 1, 2, 3 part-time.
And how many volunteers?
I'd say 3.
Great. It's not a great number. It's not a great number.
Thank you. Other questions, comments? Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, can somebody tell me, is the library director's salary, what do they do? In other words, can they be a staff member at the same time? In other words, I don't know, and I don't know if anybody's here to tell us, you know, what are their hours and whatnot. In other words, I just would like some understanding to what the director is doing. I know obviously in regards to the staff and what goes on, but I just would just like a little bit of clarification if anybody could offer that.
Of what the director does?
The director and the staff members, are they here at the same time, or what goes on, if anybody knows?
What does the director and staff do? Anybody?
At the same time, question.
They work? Is what I heard?
Peggy works 32 hours a week.
Yeah. Peggy's the one that's there 34 hours a week, and then there's always an assistant with her, and the assistant is part-time. Those part-time people work one at a time, unless she's away and then you're done.
Okay, another question up here?
How many people know that you can volunteer your hours to the library? And how often does the library call for volunteers? I guess that's a statement.
Okay, thank you. Other questions, comments? Yes?
I'd like to move the article
Can I have a motion to move it in a second? So, we need 2/3 vote to end debate. All those in favor of ending debate? Opposed? Motion carries. So, Article 10, Lebanon Memorial Library, for $123,373, Selectmen's recommendation. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Article 11, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for the fiscal year 2014 in the specific category boards, committees, and miscellaneous expenses. All three numbers are the same at $3,580. Questions, comments?
You want a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry, absolutely. Point of
I'm
order.
gonna have a motion.
Point of order, may I have a motion?
Move to accept the selectmen's recommendation.
And a second?
Second.
And a second, motion and a second. Now you want to, did you have another question?
Let's say discussion? Okay.
Yeah, discussion.
Okay,
Questions,
let's
comments?
just go through them. Personnel services.
It's mostly for planning board. They've become very active, and they have some professional development in there. And under miscellaneous, it is $1,000 of the Economic Development Council, and $50 goes to the Finance Committee for whatever the Finance Committee.
Thanks, yes.
Are we still buying, do we do gift cards at turkey for full-time employees at Christmas, or stop doing that? You got it in the budget right there?
There's a small amount in the executive department's budget.
How much do you spend on that? I thought it was the end of the billing.
No, no.
Is it everybody leaving, everybody leaving?
Employee relations is $800.
Nancy?
I just had a question about the Economic Development Council went down. Could you explain why?
Yeah, go ahead.
But we had some money left over from last year, so we lowered our amount and let that have our balance carry over. So we don't raise money.
Thank you. Yes? You want to move the question. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second to start debate. 2/3 vote. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. So, Article 11, boards, committees, and miscellaneous expense for $3,580. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Article 12, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for the fiscal year 2014 in the specific category public safety and health. The initiated request, Selectmen and Finance, all $180,352. May I have a motion?
The selectmen's request.
Have a motion for the Selectmen's recommended amount? And a second. Questions, comments? Right up front.
Contracted services.
What is contracted services?
The ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yeah, is that it? Just the ambulance. How come you write contracted services, not ambulance?
Yes.
Set up in the financial system that way.
Huh?
It's set up in the financial system that way.
Yeah, but see, we don't get to figure out what we're voting on until we ask these questions.
Yeah.
We've already made a motion.
You want to take that under advisement?
Yeah, you've got to, when you do these budget things, either draw out the
Okay.
wording so we all
Okay.
understand what we're going on. That's my recommendation.
Under advisement, yes. What is it?
Can you explain what the utilities are at $133,000? What's that?
Utilities.
Streetlights and the hydrants.
Okay. Yes, right here.
Yeah, I was wondering, ambulance service, is that for the ambulance in Mexico?
Yes.
So, and we don't fund anything for the ambulance, which would be closer to the citizens in East Dixfield, that's always 3 miles away, what is it, North Star?
Apparently not.
It's like a partnership. Right now, you'd have to get out of the partnership. I think Angela tried to do that one time. Yes, right up here.
I just want to help people out a little bit. I don't know if they got all of this information when you walked in. A lot of the questions everyone keeps asking, his asked question of contractor service, what are they? It says right in this paper, if you read it and look at it. tells you what all the utilities are as well. So, you said to ask good questions. I like good questions, but I don't like questions asked that you can read right out of the form.
Thank you very much. Yes?
Pardon me for my ignorance.
Is that it? Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Okay. Seeing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of public safety and health for 180-352, please raise your hand. All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 13, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for the fiscal year 2014 in a specific category code enforcement. All three numbers are 16,265. May I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second? And that is for 16,265? Yeah. And the second is, questions, comments? Yes?
That's a part-time position, right? 1 day a week or something?
Yeah, most of these positions are either on call or 1 day a week.
What are the employee benefits we're paying out on?
Social Security on wages.
Other questions, comments? Okay, see? Yes. Pardon me? Move the question, yeah. I was going to do that, but if I don't have a second, I have no other questions, comments. But I do have a second, so we're going to move the question. I need 2/3 vote to end debate. All those in favor of ending debate? All those opposed? Motion carries. End debate. So, we are on code enforcement for 16,265. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Article 14, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for the fiscal year 2014 in the special category recreation. All three numbers are 12,500. May I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Questions, comments? Recreation? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of 12,500? Opposed? Motion carries. Article 15, to see what sum of money the town will vote to raise and or appropriate for the fiscal year 2014 in the specific, easy for me to say, category grounds. Initially, the request was 18,656. The Selectmen and the Finance Committee recommend 23,850. May I have a motion?
Motion to go back to 18,656.
I have a motion for 18,656. Do I have a second? And a second. Questions, comments? Yes.
Difference, explanation on the difference when they first started.
When I proposed the budget, I had three choices for the Selectmen and Finance Committee on how we handle our cemetery mowing. Currently, it's done by the Public Works Department, and most of the summer is spent mowing. Pretty unproductive work in my estimation. I gave them a budget also that included contracting it out to a contractor, and I also included an amount that if we hired a seasonal employee just for mowing, then we could free up the Public Works to do other things. Ultimately, the Selectmen and the Finance Committee chose to go with hiring a seasonal part-time worker just to work on cemeteries, so Public Works could get to the roads and the other more important things. Nothing's more important than cemeteries, but more things that they're used to doing rather than